myself during an Airsoft War. 5 minutes later, I find myself standing on the top of the riverbed, and next thing I know, I'm tumbling all the way down. I had gotten all the air knocked out of me, as well as the poop. I had completely shit my pants. This one had the consistency of wet peanut butter.
Ooh.
There is, in fact, a Wattpad fanfic.
Oh, okay.
The dwarf himself managed to at least talk to someone shorter than No! Put me into a coma on that one.
I don't know the full truth of this story, but my boy's like, yo, bro, what happened? He was like, we did the thing. And my friend was like, let's go, man. Did you pull out? Kid looked at him and said, what's that? Not kidding. Yo, the fuck?
Dude, someone actually said something really nice about us this week.
Did someone say anything mean about us?
Probably. I just choose to ignore those ones.
That's fair. That's
people
fair.
always say mean
Shout out to the people who say mean things.
Yeah, shout out you. You guys are the real MVPs. Really keeping us going. Our true fans. The ones that are making fun of me for being short. Actually, so this is on Spotify. Shoot, I should have written the person's name down. But they said, happy birthday, Zemmy. I love the potty. I've actually recommended it to a lot of my friends. Y'all never fail to make a bad day better. So it's kind of cute, kind of wholesome.
Dang.
Good way to start the podcast.
Thank you. A little late on the birthday, but it's fine.
Well, they posted it on your birthday episode.
That was the joke.
Okay, well, obviously they're going to be late, Zemmy. Guys, we haven't done it in a while, but if you could rate and review the podcast, if you've been watching a couple episodes and you really like it, that'd be great. Really helps us out. Giving us a 5-star on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can do it on, from what I understand, YouTube Music. If you listen there, you can do it there too. I don't know, but that would be very helpful.
My personal ask would be, and it sounds like it's what this person did, share it with friends.
Share it with friends.
If you don't do anything, just do that.
Absolutely. Word of mouth for podcasts is like the best way to grow. So if your friend's like, oh God, I need something to make me feel like my life is actually good.
Yeah.
And I need to hear.
If your friend is really interested in piss content, it's a growing niche.
Yeah, just go and find all your friends with piss kinks and be like, hey, or poop kinks.
This podcast literally talks about that.
Speaking about poop kinks, we got a little poo-poo boy. Uh-oh, stinky. Got a little stinky boy. This one's great.
There's a stinky boy in our building.
Oh, did I tell you? I just flushed it.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
yeah. So we were in here yesterday.
Which is all okay. Wait. Yeah, you tell.
Yeah, we were in here yesterday, and my girlfriend went to go use the bathroom, and she just came back and told me there was the first bathroom had the door wide open, and then the lid wide open, like it wasn't closed, and in there was just a humongous turd just chilling, and she was like, "Ew." And was kind of freaked out because she really had to go to the bathroom. She was like, wait, but there was one that I was told that had a shower, and this one doesn't have a shower in it. So she found the other one, thankfully. But she came back and was like, there was a massive fucking turd just like
someone forgot
on display that someone was just like, I want everyone to see that.
Someone forgot their poop knife.
Someone forgot their poop. Yeah.
Throwback to 2 episodes ago.
Well, it should be one just hanging in there, like on a chain that you can,
That's what normal.
That's what you pay for when you rent normally.
Why is my brain?
That's what normal tenants get when they rent.
Anyways.
And then I told Sarby about it, and then I went to go to the bathroom, and I saw that it was still there, and I was like, holy shit, this thing must not be going down. But then Sarby bravely went in there.
Why didn't you flush it?
It was the bystander effect, 100%. I assumed someone else tried to flush it and it just didn't happen. And I was like, not worrying about
That's
this.
That's crazy. You're probably right, actually. Because I just went in there and I was like, well, I'm going to try to fucking flush it. And it just went down. I was like, cool.
So I don't know if the person who took the massive shit just didn't flush, or if they did flush and it just didn't go down and they didn't notice.
I like to think that someone was like, wow, this poop that I laid.
That's a looker.
Magnificent. Everyone needs to see this. Or at least the next person. They probably didn't even think that it would last a whole 2-day weekend.
Yeah.
They were like, people need to see this. Or the next person that comes in here needs to see this and appreciate it. And then it kind of just sat there because everybody saw it and was like, guess this toilet doesn't flush. Go into the. And also, that's like the shittier bathroom. We have contacted the landlord so many times about this, and every single time he's like, I'll look into it. Never does. That bathroom has not had soap in it since we moved in. We moved in August.
I just realized that the nice bathroom does have soap in it.
It does.
So I'm just
and
like.
it gets refilled.
That's where I got even more baffled. I was like, so you have the ability to do this, and it's the same dispenser.
It's not different.
And they're right next to each other.
Yeah. It's not that much work to be like.
From the hallway, the one that the poop was in, that is a shorter walk.
That it's easier to fill that one than the one
that's like in a little, like farther down, like a little hallway.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
I truly do not understand it. And I don't want to get on this rant. This is a really good poo-poo boy story.
All right.
The person, it was a submission, DM submission.
No way.
Which is awesome. I love that.
Even better.
You guys have been so engaged lately. Like, keep sending us degenerate shit. We will keep reading it on the podcast.
Absolutely. Where do people submit these most of the time?
Most of the time on Instagram DMs.
Nice.
Yep. That's probably the best place because that's where I most consistently check.
Nice.
So if you have something to submit, send it to our Instagram DMs. We'd love to hear your guys' little pee-pee, little poo-poo boy stories.
I want to hear people get shitty.
If you're wondering, hey, how degenerate do these get?
You thought the poop knife was kind of wild.
Get ready. I shit myself during an Airsoft War.
Oh, I loved playing Airsoft.
Me too. That's why I was like, yo, this is kind of like nostalgic a little bit.
Oh, God, that'd be so bad.
It's bad. Think about how bad it could be and then add 2 more bads on that.
Imagine just getting lit up and you like have shit in your pants. You're just trying to like...
Wait. Let's get into it. Wait. We got to get into it. Me and about 10 of my football buddies decided to have an airsoft war in a dried riverbed full of foliage behind my house. Barely 20 minutes into the action, I feel the sensation of needing to go number 2, but not enough to leave action in the moment. 5 minutes later, I find myself standing on the top of the riverbed, and below is a steep slope that goes 12 to 15 feet down. Sure enough, I somehow lose my footing, and next thing I know, I'm tumbling all the way down. By the time I was at the bottom, I had gotten all the air knocked out of me, as well as the poop. I had completely shit my pants.
I've never thought that you could get hit so hard that you like poop.
That has to have happened though.
I'm thinking like boxing or something, and someone like hits you in like somewhere, and you just
like, hasn't that happened in boxing? Someone got like hit in the stomach and just like
it could have. I very well could see it, or just like getting tackled so hard that you shit your pants.
Like wrestling, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine you're wrestling some guy
you're
and
just
you'd
squeezing him as hard as you can. You just. I think I saw something on Twitter. It was like a wrestling. The video started with standing up and getting off, and the one guy turns and it's just like brown.
Imagine turning your opponent into a barbecue sauce packet.
Yeah. Just. There has to be a feeling that the one person had where they felt the cap like kind of break.
They just feel him like slowly relaxing. He's like, yeah, I'm winning so hard, and then they just get like a whiff of the...
Yeah, and then they feel it just slide out, and they're like, what? And all of a sudden the guy just whips him around and like puts him in a headlock as a reversal.
What's the oil change one? Where you like, that's a wrestling move, right?
Dude, I don't know.
Where's Jacob Allison when you need
Yeah.
Okay, so homeboy just shit himself.
After stumbling, God, that would fucking hurt.
Yeah, like falling.
Imagine if he too like broke his arm and like
that's like
arm broken, wind knocked out of him, shit everywhere.
Broke his airsoft gun.
Yeah, airsoft gun snapped.
I promise you, it does get worse.
Oh man,
soiling yourself is already bad enough, but this one had the consistency of wet peanut butter.
Ooh. Like when the oil kind of sits on top of like all natural peanut butter, like that's what I'm thinking.
Just, you ever get like peanut butter like stuck on your hands? Like that's what I'm thinking of. That was a good like.
Yeah. Good
thank you for describing like if it was solid, you could just like kind of like move it out of your pants maybe. But like wet peanut butter, like that's like, all the shit that just came out of your ass,
absorbing and just
caked.
Yeah.
Caked on homeboy. Consistency of wet peanut butter. I needed to get home and clean myself up ASAP. A little background here. We were playing a free-for-all match. I had decided to be tough that day and only wear shorts and a t-shirt. No protective gear other than eyewear. To add the cherry on top, me and my friends didn't use the conventional airsoft rules where you get hit, you announce it, and have to restart somewhere else. We played where you shoot someone until they run away or return shots back, aka basically who can shoot who more until someone retreats. So if you played airsoft, if I shoot Zemmy and I hit him, typically he'd be like, hit, and then he goes and walks out or whatever.
Yep.
They played where... I would just
light me up until until I back down.
Yeah, back down or return fire on me.
That's hardcore.
That is really hardcore.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of those matches myself and came out with some welts. It hurts.
It hurts.
Also, the only like playing airsoft in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm sorry, bro. Why?
No, that's
You can be like,
pain.
bro, I'm not a pussy, but are you stupid?
No, I would never, ever, ever play it in short anything. Pants and long sleeve for sure every time.
Okay, so I'm limping myself with my wet peanut butter pooped pants back to my house about 500 yards away, and I'm getting absolutely pelted by everyone. My options were to either yell, stop. My options were to either yell, stop shooting, I shit myself, or take my beating via plastic pellets and keep my dignity. Obviously, I chose the second one.
Yep.
So this kid
sounds about right.
just running through the field.
Yeah.
Shit, wet, peanut butter, shit pants.
Yep.
Shorts, t-shirt, getting full auto airsoft guns. Just
Yeah, they are a million bullets a second.
I was able to get home, clean up, shower, and make it back in time before anyone noticed. And to this day, nobody has ever found out.
Wow, that's impressive.
That is impressive.
You would have thought depending on how he was kind of like running, I'd be like, yo, what's up with
What's up with Derek?
Why is he doing that? Like, is he hurt? I mean, maybe him and all of his friends are just assholes, and they're just like, oh, he's limping? Oh, fuck yeah. God, he's gonna
weak link.
Take him out of his misery. Psychopaths. Having to waddle over 100 yards to like my house while getting shot.
500.
Yeah, over 100 yards to clean up the situation while also getting shot. That sounds like hell. Has to be some sort of like fucking hell week.
I'm just trying to think of like airsofting and like it's hard for somebody who hasn't airsofted or like paintball before to know like the pain of getting hit.
Yeah.
But then like times 100 at least of just man.
That's hilarious.
I appreciate.
I'm sad
the guy
he
that sent
didn't.
that in. Thank you.
I hope he told his boys about that because that is fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious. I think that would be a fun like, hey boys, like
remember that one time you were lighting me up?
I had poop in my pants.
I was stinky.
Uh-oh, stinky.
I made a big stinky.
That's crazy, man. No, airsoft days were peak time in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know how popular it is anymore. I would love to see like popularity graph of airsoft right now because I just feel like Gen Z is not out there fucking shooting each other anymore.
No,
like we were running around
like neighborhoods with.
Oh yeah,
it is very concerning. If I saw that like where I live now, I'd be like, "Yo, 911, the fuck is happening outside my apartment?"
Yeah, we would. I mean, we had. Did you guys have the orange tips on yours?
Yeah. Mostly.
I don't remember what the rule or the law was, but you didn't need orange tips in Arizona. But my parents were always like, you can't run out there.
No.
Like, I was always like, I want to take it off. It, like, gives away my position. My parents were like, we don't give a fuck.
It really
Some,
doesn't.
like, dude in Arizona is going to see you with a gun and just come outside and be like,
yeah, you're about
with a real one.
Yeah, you're about to learn.
You're going to learn today.
You thought plastic bullets hurt.
That's crazy you guys did it in neighborhoods, though. We would do it in Arizona. There's what we call washes, which is kind of where, like, the rainwater washes off to. It's just completely desert. And so it's a kind of a perfect place to do it, but also it's, like, it's behind houses. Yeah. So, like, every once in a while you get some, like, old guy who's like, hey, what are you doing back there? I'm going to call the police on you. And we're like, fuck off, grandpa. Like,
I did it in, like, I did, like, CQB ones were like,
oh yeah,
I've done that. I did like
CQB was my shit.
In our boys' neighborhood, just every neighbor kid was doing it. So I guess the neighbors just were like, oh, they're out playing again, sort of thing.
Did you go to like
done, like outside tournaments?
Okay, I was gonna ask, did you go to like places and like pay to use their?
Yeah, I did that a few times.
I did that a lot.
I wish I did that more because I think I would have liked it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, doing it with your friends, you'd had to have enough people and like enough like a good area for it to be like if there's like the designated place makes it.
Yeah.
So I wish I got more comfortable doing those, but I went to a few.
I think the problem with the places is you run into like the tryhards with know. I had like my most expensive gun was probably like $200.
Yeah.
So like it was good enough, and I kind of like tweaked some things, so it was like pretty fast and the fire rate was pretty good. But then you'd like run into those guys with like the Polar Stars, which is like
I was
the
about to say
dude,
the dudes with the Polar Stars.
Bro, they were like decked out. They had like 8 attachments. Like every time they like move the trigger, it would put on a flashlight. I was
Yeah.
like, bro,
Yeah.
hey, I get it. You are a virgin at the age of 21, and I am like a 14-year-old just trying to have a great time.
Yeah.
Can you not shoot at me? Like, when you get hit with a Polar Star, it's not like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
It's like 7.
It's like they're connected. They're all,
Yeah.
like, connected by a string.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
that shit is like beads on a necklace.
yeah.
Just coming at you.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit.
That's so funny because when you were about to say, like, you know, like people with, I was like, is he going to say Polar Stars? I'm not kidding. I remember in the CQP game I did, we had our, like, spawn in the corner of the building. We literally got spawn trapped. Like, it was, like, kind of 2 hallways coming out of it-ish.
Yep.
Just one dude posted with the flashlight Polar Star in one, and, like, the next hallway-ish or the next exit, there was just 2 guys, like, posted up with, and we were, like, you'd step out and just, like, just right between your eyes.
Right between, yeah.
Just every time. I was like, holy shit. This is the first time I've, in real life, been fucking, like, spawn trapped.
I think the scariest part about those, too, was they sounded scary.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you shot out of your, like, little, like, electric one, it was just like, like, it kind of made, like, an electric whir.
Yeah.
You know? But when you shot out of those, it was like gas, like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. Or, like, the people who,
Fuck
like, just
off.
ran around, like, CO2 pistols.
okay, see, but that was me.
Yeah.
I had
are
a green gas one, and I was like,
Those are sick. They made, like, a sick sound. They're just, those are sick.
dude,
I like the sound of those.
I actually still have mine. It's in Arizona. I should
Yeah.
bring them here. But I had like knee pads. I would be that kid just
Ooh.
fucking like my favorite thing was like I would much rather like push than like hide back. So like
Yeah.
I would just run around with a pistol and just be like, all right, well I'm gonna slide from like point A to point B to like try to like get a position that gives us an advantage. I'm like,
yeah.
hope I don't get fucking hit, and I
Yeah.
just like slide that shit. You know,
Yeah.
I loved that shit. And with a pistol, it's like way easy.
Yeah, you don't have to have, like, a big, bulky fucking...
I could move so fast. Like
Yeah.
I would literally sprint to get like as far up as I could.
That's so funny. I was always so just, like, cautious. It was just, like, I think the people I went with, too, like, knew each other a lot more than, like, I knew them. Like, I knew one of them, so, like, it didn't, like, I kind of just felt like I was, like, on my own. And I remember so, like, etiquette is, like, if we're this close, like, and I go, like, if I'm going to, like, shoot you and we're on other teams, I just say bang.
Yeah,
I don't actually shoot you just because it's, like, you know.
that shit hurts.
Yeah.
Like from here to here.
Yeah,
Nah.
this dude came around. I was like, fucking, and like, you're not supposed to do this either, but I was like posted up in a window, and this dude, like, it was like a hallway window.
Oh, so he could like see your gun poking out or something?
No, so like, I was just like there was like a window and then like a hallway almost, and like, I was just sitting there, and then like this guy like came right past my window, like, almost kissing my barrel, and I just went like, fuck. I literally got.
Oh, you were that guy,
Dude, and it but it wasn't like on purpose. I literally got scared and shot.
Okay, see that's real.
He was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Hey, man, like, you scared the shit out of me. I just had to die. I didn't know what to do. It could have been my own teammate. I was like, ugh."
You ever run into those like 7-year-olds that have like really good guns, like their parents, like they got into it and their parents are rich and so they bought them like whatever they wanted, but like the kid has tactically, like they don't have the balls, they're just not tactical. I did that same thing, like just walking around with my pistol, like this kid kind of comes out of this little like you had like dip underneath it, and I saw him and I was just like bang bang, and this kid turns, it's like one of those like mini Uzis, gas powered. He turns, he's like and he just onto my leg, bro, from like I think we were closer than how we are right now, like just unloads at least like 14 rounds on my leg, and I was like on the floor in pain, and this kid just oh shit, my bad, and just walks away. And I was like, first off, you were 7, why are you saying shit? But I'm just like on the floor like in pain, and this kid was like, you got me, I'm out. Like,
yeah.
I was like, what?
That's hilarious. Oh. No, but you just like, you panic. You're like, oh my God. And then like, so I'm definitely guilty of that for sure. I liked for a while, like, there's a couple of YouTubers who do like airsoft videos. That sick.
Something with a dog. There was one guy with like Dog War or something like that. I used to watch all of his shit. He would like follow. It was a group in like Ireland. He would follow them around with the camera.
The courses in Ireland look sick.
Well, yeah, it's like in the forest, and it's like
they look so.
But they also
cool.
seem so into it, bro.
Yeah,
I was like,
they are pretty into it.
like thousands of dollars on loadouts and shit, and I was like,
it's an expensive thing to do now. They honestly just look so beautiful, and like it would be so fun if you could just get the setup, like if you're like, you know, someone could just give you the setup for the day and you could just run around.
Yep.
Oh, it'd be so fun.
I would. We should get a group of guys to like fuck around and go paintballing.
Yeah.
I think we did that one time in Teak.
I must
fraternity.
Not, yeah, I must not have.
Oh right, yeah. We went and did like a paintball course, and the guy was kind of like, "Yeah, like you're all adults. We don't give a fuck. Just like don't do stupid shit."
Yeah.
And so we're just like running around like boom, 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 fucking destroying each other. It was
that'd be
fun.
so fun.
Evan and I did a 1v1.
No way.
Evan fucking got my ass.
No.
I was like, I can't let him have this. And
Dude,
then
he had a daddy you. He had a
Yeah.
daddy you quick.
I can't even remember how he was just like, and it was like, boom, 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 like got me a couple. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, why you gotta
Bitch.
fuck you, dad. Okay. Moving on, just really quick, because I would love to talk about airsofting forever, but I know some people are like, shut the fuck up.
Hey, it's our podcast. I don't care.
That's fair. But remember, I was telling you that there might have been a Wattpad fanfic that existed, but we didn't read it.
Yeah.
Elisa, who wrote it, confirmed that there is in fact a second Wattpad fanfic.
Did she make it?
Yeah, she made it.
Oh, okay.
She made it.
These are kind of sick. I like these. They
well, her specifically.
Yeah.
So,
is there one that
well,
someone else
no.
made? Oh.
No, here's the thing.
Oh, but Wattpads in general.
Yeah, Wattpads in general.
Oh.
Okay, wait, just real quick to fill people in. There was this was when we were shooting on our phones.
Yeah, this was early.
I think it was like episode 45. This gal who was a consistent listener, we had made a joke about Wattpad fanfics being written about us, and she went ahead and did it. But it wasn't like I want One Direction to kidnap me and groom me type of Wattpad fanfics.
No.
It was like using all the inside jokes and stupid shit that of our podcast.
Yeah. And then like making it like, and then it was just like us making out, or it was like us like having like sexual tension.
Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't get like into the details of like, and then like Zemmy bent Sarby over and like gave him his punishment or whatever. It was like it was just like, here's a scenario, turn sexual, and then it ends. You know, so
go listen to just all of the podcasts, and one of them
you should.
One of them will be about that. So.
But yeah, I think we asked. We were like, if you write a second one, we'll definitely read it again. And then I went to LA, and it just never came into fruition. So this is it coming into fruition. I just texted it to you.
Oh yeah,
we can do what we did.
I have script.
I think so. This gal writes this Wattpad fanfic.
I love the Elmo on fire.
Well, I love the title of this one is Drunk and Alone.
Yo, there's one comment. Is that you?
No, is there a comment on it?
It says, I don't know what to say.
I really hope someone like found this who's just like, I don't know what, like at the time we were called Sarby Studios, but like I don't know what this podcast is, and they were just like, what the fuck? I will put the link to this, by the way, in the description if you guys want to give my girl some clout. Wait, don't read ahead. Don't read ahead.
I just read the intro.
Wait, what's the intro?
Is this the old one or is this the new one?
It's the new one.
Or it says Drunk and Alone, right?
Yeah.
Drunk and Alone? Is that the
one?
Oh,
no. Yeah. I see what you're saying. It starts the same.
Okay. Just making sure. Where it goes, Sarby and Zemmy just returned from a long night out of drinking, once again, unsuccessfully in getting any girls.
Accurate. At least for the time. Not really, but.
Oh, my gosh.
However, there were some highlights to that night. Flashback thing, I guess. Like the little, like, like the ripple, you know? No. You can't do me like that, Elisa. Elisa, we're going to have a stern talking to, okay? The dwarf himself. Fuck you, bro. That is...
That's so... Oh.
Anyways, before I was just...
Before you were assaulted.
That was worse than assault. That was battery. That was
assault and battery. That was almost murder.
Put me into a coma on that one. The dwarf himself managed to at least talk to someone shorter than.
This is just. Oh my god! I don't even want to know like what's gonna be said about me.
Oh no, dude! No way.
That's so funny.
The dwarf himself managed to at least talk to someone shorter than himself and didn't even make fun of the disabled. Wait, we need context for this one.
Yeah, there's a little context here. I forgot about that story.
Isn't that incredible? I don't want to retell it here, but maybe we'll retell it on the next podcast.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll tell it after the story. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know how much time we'll have. But there's a story about, long story short, I accidentally bullied a girl in a electric wheelchair. It wasn't. And that's kind of a clickbait title of it, but kind of a funny. I just basically was a dickhead to someone, and then it ended up being that they were trying to do something. They were doing something that I thought that looked unnecessary until the girl with the electric wheelchair came in.
And then you're like, oh.
And I was like, oh shit! I just bullied a disabled person. That's rough. Yeah, that's mad rough. It's that's. If you want to see the story, that's episode. That's also an early episode.
Yeah.
It's somewhere around. It has to be before this. The 45. So
yeah.
Good luck. Didn't even make fun of the disabled. But then there were some strange moments as well. You want to pick up?
The dynamic duo of idiots were the center of attention of all the gay men around them.
That's pretty accurate.
Though Zemmy and Sarby didn't swing that way, the attention couldn't be helped considering the way they acted. Not only that, but Sarby looked like an emo teen boy from the early 2000s. Flashback ends. Why is he just ripping on you?
Hey, there's two of us. Can you What's that? What's that meme? It's the kid sleeping and the soldier standing there taking the knives.
Yeah.
It's Zemmy's the kid sleeping.
Sarby's just getting.
And then it's Elise's Wattpad Fanfic.
It's a nice little bedtime story for me, but Sarby's taking every bullet that comes our way.
Taking it like a good boy. Okay.
All right.
Flashback thing ends, I guess. Back at home, Sarby and Zemmy were drunk. These two were hammered. Both glad no sinks had been broken by drunk sorority girls. Also a great story. They decided to crash. But Zemmy remembered something important.
Where the fuck are my keys?
Dude, yes! I forgot about this. Do you know what she's talking about?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay, wait. Do you remember the night? Fuck, what happened? We went to Oh, this is the night that I made out with that 28-year-old or 29-year-old at the bar. Yeah. And I didn't remember it. But I do remember this part. We came back from the bar and we had Ubered there and we lived kind of far away and it was 2 a.m.
Yeah.
we roll up and Zemmy is the one who had been entrusted with the keys for the night. And I remember Callum had a girl with him. And so
oh my god.
And
yes, it's all coming
and
back.
he didn't bring his keys and you pull up and you're like, guys, I don't have my keys.
Yeah. No, I totally remember this now. And I was just I don't have my keys. And they're like, everyone was like,
we were freaking out. We were
everyone was like, shit, trying to think properly while also being hammered. And then out of maybe 10 seconds later, I just reached my pocket and I was like, oh, here are my keys.
But I think the delivery was funnier because we're all freaking out. We're on our phones, we're okay, should we call an Uber to go over there? Do we call our friends? What do we do? We're in this panic and Zemmy is kind of off to this because he's pretty drunk.
Yeah.
He's off to the side by himself. And this is from my perspective. So Zemmy's kind of like back is turned, and I'm just like seeing him kind of like digging.
Do the pat down.
Yeah, doing the pat down, and then he kind of like stops, and then like slowly like kind of like turns around to us, and he's like, "Oh, guys, I lied. I have them."
Yeah.
Wow, that is a great. I love
That's
this
a great
too. This
callback.
is like,
yeah, I do. I did forget about that.
oh yes, keep reading.
But Zemmy remembered something important. Where the fuck are my keys? Zemmy's keys were lost. Zemmy's keys were as lost as his social security card. The hunt for the missing keys dissolved anticlimactically after a few minutes when fuck, man. There it is.
Dude!
Damn it!
No way! I forgot about that.
Fucking bitch.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious. I mean, Zemmy hits his pockets and realized they were in there the whole time.
Wait, you're just not gonna explain to the people what the Draco thing was?
I don't want to butcher it, but I'm pretty sure she just like, didn't some girl call me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait.
There was
some girl. Did some girl message me that?
Yeah, there was an episode I think where we were going through our Hinge like profiles and our Hinge matches, and you had the photo. So Zemmy dressed up as like one of the guys from like Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
And it was like he was supposed to be like a British person, but then like somebody and you didn't give context on Hinge. You just like had that photo of you.
Yeah.
And somebody just like matched with you, but then was like, "Yo, bro, you look like Draco Malfoy
looking ass boy," and I was just like, fuck you.
I bet, because I know we made a clip out of it. I wonder if I can find that clip and post it somewhere.
God damn it. Yes, it's all coming back now. See, this is just a good jot of my memory, honestly.
This is, I just like this because this is like, yo, bro, like this is where it all started.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. With that, the duo decided to sleep together after the long night of lost hopes and wasted time, awaiting the hangover that would hit soon the next day. At least they had each other.
Oh.
And then they went to sleep with the dreams of baddies. Aflac Duck.
Oh, man. First off, I had my hand out here to hold.
Sorry.
We need to move these chairs. This table needs to go. I want to be closer to you. That's the Affleck Duck is. I don't know why I thought this was like the funniest thing in the world, but I would make jokes on TikTok about like wanting to fuck the Affleck Duck.
What? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Dude, no, I never watched your TikTok.
Oh shit, I can't. Dude, it wouldn't be on this phone. But yeah, I have like a bunch of videos of me like joking about being like, "Yo, that Affleck Duck," like, oh shit. But it was one of those things where like what I was trying to do was what was I trying to do? There were trends that were like basically being like, I'm butchering this. Give me 5, let me recoup. That's my recoup sound.
That's your... It kind of makes sense why you're trying to fuck Affleck Ducks, man.
There was a trend. There still are trends where people are like, they try to be like, this person, like the whole point of the trend is to be like, this person's hot, I would want to fuck them.
Yeah.
Basically. Like, do you know the I'm sat trend?
No.
I just reposted it. Let me show you. It's on my Instagram. So that's the only reason. So like there's trends like this where it's like,
I'm done with the conversation now.
Sit back down.
I'm sat.
Oh my God.
yeah. So like what I would
that
do is
energy.
like those ones are serious where they're like, oh, here's a hot person, and then it's relatable. So what I was trying to do was be like, okay, like what's something really fucking weird that people would be like, ah ha ha, that's funny.
Yeah.
Affleck Duck.
Nice.
So I would make all these jokes, and they didn't do like amazing, but they did like okay. People were like, yo, bro, the Affleck Duck.
I hope one person at Affleck's like leadership team, like C-suite, saw that.
Dude, I just a little plug for myself. I started making like my own personal YouTube videos, and I've been doing like Am I the Assholes? I've been doing New York Posts because I know that's not like your favorite thing to do, so I'm trying to minimize that. I did just read one about, I think the title is like I'm in a sexual relationship with airplanes or something like that.
Wait, you've been posting those on YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't even see those pop up. It's weird. I thought I followed you on YouTube.
Oh. Well, I appreciate that you want to support. That makes,
yeah.
you're so,
I always watch like Nate's videos whenever they come up.
Oh, really?
I mean, those are like
I
actually
love that
good,
shit.
but like.
That hurts. That.
All right, back to fuck you.
Right. Well, it's wholesome, and then
And it wasn't.
now my feelings are hurt.
No, I thought, but it's weird. His like pop up like on my feed just because I thought maybe is it like you're by Sarby?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's okay. I mean, you can check on that.
I'm just more so curious.
Fuck. Why was I bringing this up?
Why you fuck ducks?
There was a connection here.
Yeah, I'm subscribed. This is bullshit.
There was a connection here. I promise. I promise there was a connection. What was I saying before? This is my brain is like not
Your
working today, guys.
the
I
Affleck
apologize.
duck reference in the Wattpad, and you were explaining like kind of the joke, like you would make these TikToks about.
The connection because you were like someone at Affleck is like,
Yeah.
did someone see that? So this girl I made a joke about like, so this gal, she's like sexually like in a relationship with like the Boeing 737 series airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
Like she like gets off by them, has like models or whatever. And she's like, yeah, my goal is to like marry them by the end of the year. And I'm like, how do you marry a series of airplanes?
Yeah.
Like, is somebody at the HR of Boeing just getting requests of a chick being like, I want to marry your series of planes?
Yeah.
And then having to like genuinely bring that up to their superior because now it's like,
Hey, this lady's getting a lot of publicity about wanting to like marry our planes. It's almost like their PR team too. It's like, how do we deal with this?
I would lean into it.
Yeah.
I would let her and like turn it into a whole like the internet would meme the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
But that would be so many like good impressions for Boeing, which they could definitely need at this point.
Yeah. That is. Oh God.
Just like take some photos. Like one of the things that in the article was she's like, I just like never get to spend alone time with my Boeing 737 love. Like, how funny would it be to be like, here's what Boeing you get 1 hour by yourself.
Yeah.
Although that would be a nasty.
What would she
cleanup.
do? What would she like?
Do we want to know?
What's attractive about a plane to her? What is?
She said the sexiest part of a plane are the wings.
It's probably the most important part too, or one of them.
True.
Honestly, every part of the plane's important.
Also think about where those wings could go. That's what I was thinking of. Because she is getting off to this plane. So, do I just show you the article?
No.
Okay, wait, can I show you a picture from the article?
We got to finish the Wattpad.
Wait, is it not over?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, with that.
Oh, whoa,
only
yeah, there's a
two
lot
questions
more.
remain. Who will be...
Wait, hold on. Sorry, that was really messy. Can we...
Yeah.
So, okay. They went to sleep with dreams of the baddie, the Affleck duck. And then it's a pretty bad picture. That Affleck duck is getting those gains.
Yeah, picture the Affleck duck doing some curls.
That's the Affleck duck after he found Evan's fitness program.
Yeah. ETS fitness duck.
With that, only 2 questions remain. Who was the little spoon? And where the fuck is my social security card? That was such a great, like, I feel like everybody received that because they were also like, where the fuck is my security card?
Yeah, no, I found it.
Good for you. I also found mine.
Yeah.
Look at us. Like,
we're
we've
adults.
really adulted well. Like,
God, we're grown up.
oh, wow.
Look at us
Dude, that's sick.
doing a thing. I'm pretty sure. I'm like, I know where it is.
This is probably worse than the first one, but I had fun writing it regardless. There were some more jokes I was planning on putting in, but they felt too mean. I don't think you held back, but...
You didn't really hold back on Sarby, but maybe with me, yeah.
Yeah, maybe put some more jokes about Zemmy.
Yeah.
Okay? Little critique. Little writing critique, because clearly I'm an author.
My critique was it was great, so...
Fuck you. But they felt too mean, so I just didn't put them in. And as I hope you saw in the description, I've decided to not delete the series, but rather expand it. As long as I continue to get ideas, this will keep going. Just think of me as your personal scribe. That's all for me now. Till next time, Elisa. Me plotting for the next chapter, and it's this fucking photo.
Yeah, it's Sarby just rubbing his hands together.
I love this photo. I loved the reason I like this photo exists is because I started screenshotting things and just being like, yo, people like help me meme this.
Yeah.
And people would like, there were actually genuinely a lot of people who like memed the fuck out of this photo. Do you not remember that?
I mean, I do remember you posting it. I just didn't remember if anyone did meme it.
There were some good ones. Like it was like me when she sends the feet pics.
Yeah. Sarby when he finds a massive shit in a toilet.
Sarby when he finds a good poo-poo boy story.
Yeah.
Sarby when he finds a good story about somebody absolutely obliterating their pants.
Sarby when the New York Post notifications go on his phone.
Sarby when he finds something to make Zemmy uncomfortable on the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That is fucking true. Well, that was great. I'm excited for where this series is gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean,
Got
I feel
really
like this.
wow
I
there.
feel like this one was really late. But it is like a really good synopsis.
Well, sorry.
and-
She wrote this back in like 2021.
Oh, okay. We're reading it late.
Yeah, we're reading it late.
It's just like a fun way to. She does a good job of like summarizing a lot of jokes, a lot of stories, that we've told on the podcast. So I love reading. The first one I was kind of like, Sarby had to like ease me into it. He was like, "All right, so like, have you ever heard of Wattpad?" And I was like, "No, what is that?" And he like told me, and I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Ours isn't like that." I was like, "Okay." And it actually was, like I said, just a great little summary of what was the podcast at that moment.
Totally.
That one did the same thing. This one's funny. This one's funnier too because I forgot about a lot of this stuff.
I want to
Memories
do.
horseshit.
I want to do a segment on my YouTube channel, reading like some of like the most famous like Wattpad smut fanfics, just to be like, what the fuck? I think that would be hilarious to do on the podcast.
Okay.
So
yeah.
We'll maybe if you guys want us to react to those, let us know and maybe send us some. I've had people send me some, and I've read like the first like 2 paragraphs and just been like, holy shit,
This is sticky.
it's crazy because it's like 13-year-olds just going ham. 13-year-olds that absolutely should not have the internet at their fingertips, but do.
Yes.
Concerned.
Yeah, we should do that.
All right, cool.
I'm down.
We can absolutely. I want to actually transition into something for you. Well, that you wanted to talk about. You put in our notes, I want to hear about Sarby's first high school dance or like middle school dance.
Yeah, I was I don't know where I was this weekend or whenever I put that down. But I was just thinking, I was like, "Oh my god, like that has to be at least I mean, it wasn't I don't know if it was for me, but like I wonder if Sarby has like a funny story."
Well, like what were your high school dances like?
So I think we had one in middle school. I didn't go to.
Why didn't you go, Zemmy?
I don't think I either got invited or was brave enough to invite anyone.
Wait. Oh,
In
I see.
middle
Like
school.
somebody asked you to the dance.
Yeah, or I just didn't ask someone because I was afraid to ask anyone.
Oh.
I think in middle school.
But like it wasn't. So then I guess the question is, it wasn't the culture just to like go with your boys.
no, I don't really remember. Like,
Okay,
You
keep
have a
going. Keep
story?
going. Yes.
okay,
Yes.
and then high school. I mean, just I mean, I think have I told I in high school we did prom and then we did Sadie's, which was like girls ask guys, and those were all like. Wow, I can't even remember all of those, but those were all pretty normal. Like I didn't. The only one that was crazy was for my senior year for prom. I like held the party, like the post party at my place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was. Have I ever told that story?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Yeah, it was a whole night thing. So we had a pretty big group. There was like 30 of us. Like it was like a big, and it was almost just like everyone just wanted to get that one extra person that like they're friends with to just be in the group. And it was like, yeah, whatever, like who cares. But we were all planning to go to someone's house to host afterwards, and the last minute they were like, guys, I can't, like my parents won't let me host it. And everyone was scrambling to try to figure out who could host this after party. Because it was like I said, it was a big group, and it was a group with a lot of different friend groups, like subgroups. Like it was almost like I said, like everyone wanted to invite their one next, like just like another friend, but like they were kind of like a little group, and there's big. So like it just felt like there was a lot of groups trying to figure out where everyone could go.
Yeah.
But then plans fell through with the person who was going to do it. I don't remember why, and I have no idea why I volunteered myself to host. I was just like, yeah, like I think we could do that. And I like asked my dad, I was like, hey, like here's like the situation, like would you be like cool hosting that here? And he was like, yeah, I mean just everyone give me your keys and
okay, so you guys were like drinking and like oh okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so we were like,
I mean that's the responsible way to do it.
Yeah, it was
you guys are gonna do it anyways, you might as well
and like
collect the keys
yeah,
and be responsible.
Like, I mean every adult, like any like rational adult, I mean knows what the fuck's about to go down at a high school prom party. So I just remember like I had like a few days to kind of like figure it all out, and I like spent like 2 whole days just like trying to like clean up my house, but then also just like
party proof it.
I
know what you're talking about. Like, oh, this could get broken.
Yeah.
We're gonna move that.
Yeah, like or like let's just get everything that like could be like all in one room or something, and like let's try to like think about like closing off certain like just like trying to like run through every scenario.
Event management Zemmy kicked in.
Yeah.
And you were like, how do we do this?
Yeah, I was like, how do I get this figured out? So I got the place already. That was a whole ordeal. The prom happened, and then everyone rolled through. It was actually now and after the end, or once like the next few days or whatever after, looking back, it was a phenomenal party. Like phenomenal in the sense of like surprisingly for like not drinking, and I don't think at that time I was drinking too much, if any. And for like other people's enjoyment, like everything went really well.
Good.
Like nothing bad happened, and it was really fun because like I would just pop into like I said, there's kind of like these like different groups of people, and there was 30 of us. So, like there was like 20 different things going on at every second. So I would just sit over there and like chit chat with this person and like whatever that
Your
was.
friend group hopping.
Yeah, it was super cool, and I was sober the whole time because I wanted to like if anything happened, like at least I can like figure out what's going on and like take care of it. But nothing bad happened. Like every other friend group I went to, some like dumb funny thing was happening that was just hilarious. And I remember a couple things that happened that were like I don't even know if I want to talk about it because it's just like it's like I want to like I think I can just keep it discreet. There was one like someone multiple people got laid for sure.
Nice. As that just
like,
happens
for
like,
sure, and it's just like I don't know why, but like my laundry room, I just thought no one would go in, but like that was like the one spot that like people were just like mad fucking in, and I treated that as like the room where like.
All right, wait your turn.
Like, I treated that room as beforehand. Like, let me collect all this shit that's kind of just like everywhere that could break or I just don't want out, and kind of put it in there.
So
it's just
that's
like,
where all the breakable shit was.
Kind of, yeah, but like it wasn't like I wasn't worried if people went in there it'd break. It was just like I didn't even think people would want to go in there. Like it's just
but
like
they really wanted.
Dude,
they wanted to get it in there.
People were. I remember my buddy. He like. It was almost like I turned my
closer.
I almost just like turned my head and I look at him and he's like trying to run past me and he has like an armful of blankets. And I was
gotta make it comfortable. Gotta make it comfortable.
And he stops and like looks at me, and then I was like, "Are you going in there?" He's like, "Yeah." And we kind of just like nodded like, "Yeah, I'm about to go get laid." And I was like, "All right." And then he just went. And it was like it was not, like I said, it was like a laundry room. It was like a concrete floor. Like this is like not a comfortable. So like he's just like breaking it.
But I mean, I can't relate, but like just thinking back, like in high school, you don't give a fuck. You're like, dude, I'm about to get my dick wet. Let's go.
I will do whatever it takes.
Real quick, hop in. My little sister threw parties at her house. There is one girl that introduced like herself to me literally as, I'm the girl that lost my virginity in your bathroom.
Wow. There's that, and that I totally know what you mean, because there was someone who, that person lost their virginity in my fucking washing room.
Yep.
And I was just like, I forever just have that, like, dude, like, I'm like connected to you for like no particular reason besides where you got laid, and that
you guys
was
are like,
my washing room.
You guys are at like the 25-year reunion.
Yeah.
And you just walk up to him, you're like, you're welcome.
And I know, and I know who both of them are, and I know who both of them are, and it's just like it. I don't know if like, I know the guy, it was his, but like I don't know if it was hers. But that happened, and then also someone else got laid in there, and I don't know like the full truth of this story, but what I was told was the day after, my boy's talking to him, and he was like, "Yo, bro, like what happened?" He was like, "We did the thing." And my friend was excited for him. Was like, "Let's go, man! Like, super proud of you. Like, did you pull out?" kind of thing. Kid, the story was told to me. Kid looked at him and said, "What's that?" Not kidding. Not fucking kidding. Not kidding. And he was like, "Are you?"
Oh no.
He's like,
Uh-oh, step bro.
Yeah, like, ooh. Whoa. Yikes. So I think those were like the two like goofy like stories like that. I think someone tried getting laid in my sister's bed, and like I think she was there for a bit of it, and she was like, "Yo, no, like get the fuck out." Like, fuck you. Couple people passed out. No one got like out of control drunk, which was great. Nothing like substantial, I don't think, broke.
Good.
And I remember ending the night at like 5 a.m. and I had a fire going outside in the front yard. And then in the backyard on like the patio, there was like, I think maybe like a beer pong set up, but I think mostly people stayed inside and stuff. But I remember like in the front yard at like 5 a.m. just sitting there with like one other person who was there, and she, her and I were just sitting out there, and I was like, it kind of was like I did it. Like I was like this, like, and I cracked my first beer.
You ever drank?
No. Just of the night. I cracked my first beer of the night, and it was just like, this was solid. Like this was solid, and it was more fun too, because I think even after, like the next morning, like my dad had breakfast. Like he was making breakfast for everyone. He had Gatorades out.
That's like such a cool. That's a cool. Like that's the dad I want to be. It was
like everyone. He just like knew everyone was like rolling up, like like just stumbling. But yeah, like it. And then like the next few days, I would just hear like different people like talking about what their night was like, and I was like, holy shit, I had no idea like that happened. Yeah, it was just like fun. Like nothing that happened, none of the stories were like, holy shit, like that's scary, or like no one was disrespectful to my house. Like it was seriously like amazing. I was like, wow, this is how all parties should be. Like this was great. Like no one did anything too stupid within the walls, you know. And I think the one bad thing that happened was like, and I didn't hear about this till like honestly like 2 years ago. My dad was like, "Yeah, I found a condom like in the in our washing room." He like never told me, but he like told me when we were talking about it a couple years ago. He was like, "Yeah."
Hopefully, it was that guy who didn't know what pulling out was.
I don't know. I seriously don't know. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, LOL, because there's some stories about what happened in there. So like,
Interesting.
But then on the other hand, I was like, you know what? That was the worst thing that happened. Let's fucking go. Like it's better. I've seen that what's happened. You know what happens at other house parties. Like, a nice vase, just like pushed over.
Or like the amount of people I've talked to who are be like, Yeah, I would go to high school parties to drink, have a little bit of fun, but my main goal was to steal some random shit.
Yeah. None of that happened. Like, it was so solid. But that was kind of like I would say that was a long story, but that was like the craziest prom dance sort of thing. Our proms were pretty like, they weren't too weird. They were at nice venues. They like had food, drinks. I mean, there's like a high school dance that was like always really ratchet. Or there was a homecoming dance that got really ratchet. They literally just put a fucking DJ in like the corner of like, you know how like high school gyms are like multiple basketball courts wide?
Yeah.
It's like 15 or like there's like 7 or 8 basketball courts long. They'd like have that whole thing open and then like in a single corner just set up a DJ and like just play music.
And it would just get
grimy. Just grimy.
See, so that's the complete opposite of that experience right there. Opposite is what I experienced.
Okay, tell me.
So
fill me in.
Well, you know me. Like I went to like a uniform school,
Yeah.
small charter school. Like it was hard to even flirt with other girls because your whole grade and then some would like.
Yeah.
The grade knew, the teacher knew. Like if I hit a girl up and I was like, "Hey, I think you're really cute," the grade would know. The teachers would know. The grade underneath us would know.
Yeah.
Their fucking dog would know.
International Space Station's getting pinged.
Yeah, they're getting pinned. Yeah, exactly. Like it was a weird school to like. I think that in itself kept me from being like, not necessarily aggressive, but like really like, I'm gonna try to like.
You were not shooting deep threes.
No. I was honestly
taking safe midpoint shot, mid-range.
Yes, at school. I think I was more like when I would meet girls through like my hockey buddies or like outside of school, I was a little bit more like, all right, let's go for some of these deep threes. But like, I also did not have wheels. I was actually talking about this.
No Riz.
Riz was at an all-time low.
Yeah.
I would argue that I really didn't have like any Riz in college either. Not any. I would say it was like in high school it was 0. In college it was like 20% to like it started at like 20% freshman year and got to like
what did peak
maybe
out?
like 60%.
Okay.
And like I didn't really peak until after I got out of college, honestly, which is great. Like, good shit. Our dances were nobody grinded. And it was not pop culture, rap, hip hop. We did swing dancing at ours.
You'd think I'd make fun of you for that, but that would be kind of cool.
Here's the thing. Back, like, kind of like thinking about it, it's like, kind of robbed me out of, like, not being a fucking virgin until I was 18. But that aside,
I mean, at our school dances, besides the homecoming one, that one was like people were grinding. Like I don't know why that was like a different. I didn't feel like a real like that felt like a non-school affiliated thing, but it was literally in the fucking gymnasium. But no, at prom that I don't think that happened at prom.
Okay. Yeah.
But if there was like a house party in high school, like definitely.
Okay.
Like if someone's like throwing a house party like at night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there was like regular dancing that like you can get and like you can like touch and like kiss or whatever. Not at our dances. Not even a little bit. Yeah, so like swing dancing, which here's the thing. Swing dancing actually like now as an adult genuinely enjoy it. I can't tell you how many times like I've told girls and then like use the riz of knowing cuz like now it's like oh like you know how to swing dance, like that's kind of cute and like kind of like almost adult of you.
Yeah.
Like but if I was in high school and I was like, "Hey girl, you trying to swing dance?" She would have been like, "Get away from me, you fucking loser."
Nope.
No, dude, I know some good shit. Like I know like tornado, like the tornado move. I know like how to dip, and I still remember all of it. So that was like middle school dances, and then when we got to high school, it was like they taught us how to like tango and foxtrot, and, like all that shit. Like it was
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, it was cool. And
I'm
then
sure
like
at the time pretty lame, but
when I was in high school, like the after parties were like we would stay at someone's house, but it would be like girls over here, guys over here. Like there was nobody like making out or like anything. I think like one time a bunch of people skinny dipped, but I was kind of like, hey, that's a lot for like not having like even done hand stuff with a girl. So
Yeah.
like,
It's a lot for someone with a dick like me.
yeah, that I also too, I was kind of like now I'd be like, fuck it, bro, let's rip it, you know, because like I'm comfortable. But
Yeah.
back then it was like, do I have a small dick? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
because
you're like not aware. Like I hadn't really.
in high school, like everything matters. Like
Yes,
like in high school, you're like, oh my
100%.
god, this is like whatever. Like I thought like me hosting like the prom party was like gonna be that was like the most stressful thing I'd ever go through.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. I think maybe a couple kids like snuck off and made out, but
Yeah.
didn't have to worry about like fucking in a laundry room
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think the funnier like kind of like stories that could come out of it is like, do you remember the? Because this was a huge problem. Remember I told you that story about that girl who just like absolutely fucking like, she asked me to the dance, and I
Yeah.
was kind of like, well, fuck you. And then like
Yeah.
I had also reconnected with this girl, so I sent it to her, and she threw a fucking fit about it. I was like, dude, our podcast gets like, at the time
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
our podcast gets like 30 people listening to it, and you're this butthurt about it. Like,
That's
also,
yes,
I didn't
remember that.
name drop you. Like everything I said in the story was true,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Take this down. Like this is so rude to women." And like I was like, "No, it's not." I literally was like, "Hey, you asked me to a dance." The story, I'm gonna give a shortened version.
Yeah.
But the story is, there was this trend going through my school where the girls were asking guys to the dance, and my fucking mom, made this rule that if like to our whole family, if a girl asks you to the dance, or if somebody else
This
asks
is
you
just
to
a
the
rule
dance,
for you. Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
okay.
This applied to like my
okay, sorry.
entire family.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about like if a girl asks you and you're like, okay, so me.
My mom was like, if someone asks you to the dance, you say yes or you
Yeah.
don't go. And I was like, are you fucking? Well, first I was like, no problem, bro. Don't have to worry
Yeah,
about that.
no
'cause
one's gonna
I'm the
ask me.
dude. We're good. All of a sudden, girls are like picking dudes off left and right.
Do you
and
want
I
to go
was,
to the dance with me?
but
Do you want to go to the dance
but
with me?
it,
Do you want to go to the
so
dance with me?
it was the grade underneath me, and it was like a group of gal friends, and like a couple of my friends had been picked off by them, and I was like, fuck, bro. And I was like kind of planning on just going by myself with my boys,
Yeah.
but I'm like, oh shit, all my boys are getting whatever. And they were kind of like, kind of in the same boat where they were like, well, you asked me, so like, what? Because at the end of the day, we ended up going together. But you know, I'm at a basketball game. This girl comes up to me who like, I knew her name, and we had conversation. Actually, you know what? I think at the time I wasn't 100% confident on her name. Like we had like conversations in a group together, but we had never like one-on-one talked to each other. She comes up to me and is like, hey, Ben, would you like to go to this dance with me? And I kind of like stood there and I was like, yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and, you know, you think she'd be like, okay, like, here's my phone number. Let's like figure it like,
Yeah.
what are the,
Yeah.
she goes, okay, cool. And then walks away. And I was like,
That sounds like how like middle school relationships start. Like, do you want to date? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Bye.
we are in senior and junior year of our high school.
And you just like walk away, and then you don't talk to the person, and then the next conversation basically is like, yeah, I think we should break up.
Well,
Yeah,
then, literally, so that happens. I'm like, okay, like, you know, she asked me, so
Yeah.
like, this is on her. Like,
Yeah.
I was looking forward very much to being like, I'm with my boys. We're going to get some Olive Garden, eat up as many breadsticks as we can, fuck around, go to this dance, act like a bunch of dickheads, leave, spend the night like together with the
Cuddle up,
boys,
play some fucking Call of Duty,
hit
and
some
call it
Rocket
a
League,
night.
yell at the TV screen like the boys.
That
you
is
know?
the ideal prom night.
This was homecoming, but
Homecoming.
yes, like
Yeah.
ideal. Like we were just there for the boys. Like
Yeah.
none of us wanted girls at that point. We were
Yeah.
like, fuck it, girls are for the
Girls had cooties.
yeah. Girls have cooties.
Yep.
Seniors in high school.
Yep. Girls smell nice and are cool.
But
Pass.
never heard from her. Like the dance was probably like, it's not like she only had like 2 days. Like the
Yeah.
dance was like a week and a half later.
Yeah.
Never heard from her.
Static.
Didn't hear zero. My mom was like, oh, like, so like, what's your plan? And I'm like, nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to just go with my friends.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, that's so, like, you're the guy. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I was you did this. Like,
Yeah.
I was planning on just right. Like I would,
Yeah.
But I was a good little boy and I listened to my mom. And so it's just, yeah, I went to the next time I talked to this girl was at the dance, and she comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, date? Like, you want to go on you want to dance?" I was like, "Date? The fuck?" We had the most awkward dance.
Did you hit a foxtrot? Did you tornado her?
Yeah, I think it was a swing dance.
Nice.
We did only swing dancing at like regular dances, and then prom was like the fancy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think we just kind of had an awkward, spinning like rock step, rock step. No, let me do you spin. Okay, cool. And then we had like an awkward conversation. She walked away. I'm pretty sure I didn't talk to her for the rest of high school.
Nice.
Rest of high school, never spoke with her. And yeah, we told this story, and she like freaked out. She was like, "I can't believe you would like talk disrespectfully about women like that." And I was like, "What do you mean, bro? I literally just said you should have done something, but you didn't." Like if anything, it's like I was looking for equality there, and it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I was.
Sometimes you just got. It's like, oh, like, yeah.
I think the only thing that that was bad about it was I was basically like, "Hey, in high school, I in high school I wasn't attracted to her like at that time."
Yeah.
When I like the reason I told that story was because we reconnected, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, like she kind of had a glow up,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "She's kind of hot now." Like, not trying to say like you were ugly or anything, but like the way I worded it was not good.
Yeah.
I remember looking back at like after she messaged me that, and I was like, "Okay, definitely some improvement on that one."
Yeah.
But like, nah. Like I was just like, she was like chewing me out. She hit up my sisters, and my sisters were like trying to be like, I was like, "Dude, I didn't do anything wrong." Like
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna stick to my fucking
sorry.
guns on this one.
Yeah.
I just called you out, and you didn't like it.
Yeah. About something
Sorry.
that happened like what?
That's the other thing.
Yeah,
and
at the time when you guys reconnected, what was that, like 4 years after?
so this is the thing about going to a small high school is everyone still gives a fuck, bro.
Wow.
Like, especially at that time when that had happened, that was like fresh out of college, everyone still cared.
Damn.
And I was like, why? I went to a college where I completely disassociated from all of you fucking losers. Not all of them were losers, but you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
culture and the whatever. I moved on with my life, and so should you. If I want to tell a funny story about how, hey, you asked me on this date and kind of like shit the bed, like I'm sure there are hella stories about me from high school that people could tell that I just have to like look at and be like, yeah, I was a fucking loser, and then move on with my life. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Well, if it was I mean, too, what if you asked her to go and then never texted her? Would she be like cool with that?
oh yeah, no,
Would she be cool with that?
no,
Probably
not.
not.
At all. Yeah,
Probably
not.
not.
Even if she wasn't interested in me,
Yeah.
it wasn't that I was mad about it. I was just more like,
You're also like making fun of like that it happened. Like you weren't like,
yeah. And I was just pointing out the hypocrisy of my mom being like, you should go and like figure it out. I'm like, why would I figure it out? Like,
Yeah.
that's all. If you're a girl and you ask a guy, like, you should be, the ball is in your court
yeah.
to like get that all sorted out.
Yeah, or-
I'm here for equality, bro.
I will text.
Equality
I will
says-
text you back.
You gotta sort that out.
I will text you back.
Treat me like the queen, bro. Like,
I will text you back if you text me.
Pick me up at 8. Come to the front door, talk to my parents, let my dad tell you about how I need to be home by 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Let him pull out, like
Yeah, yeah.
dads will they'll like casually like bring out the shotgun to like
Yeah,
scare the
just-
boyfriend.
yeah.
Like, let my dad do that
Have
to
my-
you.
Yeah. See how you like it. Oh man.
No, dude.
No, I just thought that everyone like prom is so different everywhere. So I was like,
Totally.
there's no way that there's no way that there isn't something interesting that you did at your prom. I didn't know you had a swing dance. That's funny.
Really? I
No.
could teach you.
That's
Want me to teach you right now to end the episode?
no.
Come on.
There's a lot of chords here. I'd fall.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe I'll teach you later.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll teach you when we're acting out that Wattpad fanfic. Guys, thank you for listening to the Last Drop podcast. Appreciate every single last one of you guys. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a review like we talked about. That would be super helpful. Go watch another podcast. That helps us out as well. We will see you guys next week.